But going out there and seeing what was actually being done to the Native Americans and the water protectors that were out there, who were prayerful and all of these things, where they're being fire hosed in 28-degree weather, where they're being, a young woman lost an eye to a rubber bullet, another young woman almost had her arm severed by a concussion grenade. These are things that were being done to people who were standing at prayer. Or she was helping the medics and basically was shot multiple times with rubber bullets, and when she turned back, that's when she got hit in the face and got hit in the eye. If you're not confused, you don't know what's going on. I mean, that's a general rule for being out there. And this was a situation where it was an extremely confused, crazy thing. And so what the police are saying is one thing. These are the same police that said they absolutely were not using fire hoses in 28-degree weather on unarmed protesters, which we have video of them doing, who said, well, she pulled a gun from a police officer and fired the weapon. In the video, you can see she's being held down by multiple officers, and eyewitnesses have said, and this is hearsay, this is rumor, but this is what I have been told, is there are eyewitnesses who saw a police officer draw a pistol, keep it close to his body, fire it into the ground, and then reholster it. Then she was arrested for firing a weapon at a police officer. Much of the fight has turned to being fought in the courtrooms now. There are over about 500 cases that are still outstanding for water protectors. And there are now 2 former DAPL employees, security employees, who are now blowing the whistle. Kyle Thompson, who was seen in videos pointing an assault rifle at Native Americans after he charged through one of the barricades. Well, he has now been talking to Myron Dewey and folks from Digital Smoke Signals, and he's come forward to talk about what's going on. And one of the things that's happening is cases are beginning to unravel as these people are coming forward saying, this is not, we were told these things, and they were told to incite. The state of North Dakota is not being reimbursed now for all the costs that they incurred, because they kept trying to push this as a riot. And if it was classified as a riot by the federal government, they could be recompensed or get compensation for the costs that they incurred. Well, the federal government has said no, you're not getting paid for that. And so there was an incentive, even from law enforcement, and this doesn't count DAPL Security, the Tiger Swan employees and their derivatives who were there, to incite the protesters to violence, because then they could call it a riot, because then they could get paid for it. So there was a financial incentive to get the protesters or the water protectors to become violent, which they did not. Even when they were being shot in the face with rubber bullets, hosed in 20-degree weather, all these things.
Yeah, it's stiff.eventbrite.com, and you can see the full schedule, all the films, trailers, descriptions. There's a lot, but Marshal's film, it actually plays on Sunday at 7 p.m., and it plays with the featured film is called Footnote. So if you find Footnote on there, you'll see the other films that are playing with that, including 4 Days in December. So Sunday, 7 p.m., stiff.eventbrite.com. And, we only sell about 80 tickets to the general public, and we reserve the rest for all access passes and other filmmakers. So this is definitely, if you want to come and see Marshal's film, you should really get a ticket right away.